Hello everybody, welcome to episode 103 of the Spare Chains Challenge. Getting ready to go here on Ignition Poker. Playing our usual stake of 100 ml, which we're going to play throughout the month of May 2017. So, honestly, I have no idea where my bankroll stands. I know it's probably somewhere between 2,500 and 3,500. Which is pretty funny to think about that. That's a pretty big range, but I really don't know because I feel like I'm running about as bad as I can run this month so far. It seems like I'm not hardly winning anything, but I've had periods like that, and I've ended up being up for that time, so I'm just not sure. And I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm gonna play the month out, just keep making good decisions. I don't know. Does it really matter? I mean, why even worry about it at this point? Just play. I mean, that's what I'm trying to discipline myself to be more focused on the process rather than the actual results, which results we can't control except from the quality of our play. And if the results are affecting how we play, then there's a problem. So I completely have attempted to neuter myself of that problem, if it is a problem, and not worry about results from day to day. It's an interesting turn card. I think we have to try and get him off like a 10, and I think we have outs. I think we have to fold though if he raises, because I think we have 8 outs with 1 card to come and 17% equity if that happens. So, do we shove for value here? I think maybe he turns some hands into bluffs or even bets worse spades if we check. I think it's hard to get called by anything other than like the 10 of spades here. I'm going to be upset if he has the queen of spades here. um, but there's only a couple hands that he can call us with. I think there's more that can bluff. And I think he doesn't call with the majority of the hands he's going to have anyway. I guess we could bet like $3 or something. He did have a flush on the turn. He might rage call with that hand, but I mean, we would expect him with a 7 high flush to be raising the turn there instead of giving himself a chance to lose, which he did, and it worked. I mean, we're folding that turn, so yeah, good for him on good for us for him doing what he did. So the goal today is just to play good, no tilt, make good quality decisions. It's always strange when somebody 4X's. I mean, this guy's pretty aggro too. I guess we'll be in nit here. So I think he's doing this wide, but I don't think he's opening 4x wide. That's the thing, is I think that's pretty tight normally. And I'm not sure this guy would be aware of that. So I think if it was like, if this was 3x, I would consider shoving. I think we just err, and we don't have but $1 invested there, so. Wow. I was about to say that I can't remember the last time I hit a set. It's been a long time. And the one that we don't play. Yeah, it's frustrating. And if this guy ends up having air, it's going to be especially frustrating. Of course, we'll never know now. But what are we going to do? We folded. It didn't happen. We'll move on. Not be bothered. This guy is pretty aggro. I think I might be able just to limp shove even a hand like King 7 suited. It might be slightly better than raise getting it in. I think he's going to ISO really wide here. Especially now that he won that hand, he might feel like he's in God mode. And just be like raising anything. Okay, so we do get a good flop anyway. He can't. There's no aces in his range, so if he calls, it's like flush draw, 5, a 3, something like that. So we're gonna keep betting. Pick up a gut shot. That's nice. And winning is good with king high. Is that my computer making that noise? Holy cow. My computer might be on its last legs. It's making some weird grinding, loud, not grinding, but I don't know how to explain. It's like the whirring of an engine or something. What's going on here? That is really weird. I turned the fan up and down and that didn't do anything. That is really strange. Okay, so if I disappear, you know what happened. My computer probably blew up. I bought it with poker money it's about 5 years now. It was a pretty good computer back then. It wasn't like a super high-end one. It was only like 1200 or something back then. 13 maybe, 100. I don't remember exactly. Oh, I'd prefer it to last a little bit longer. It's still working good. I just put Windows 10 on it this year, so I don't know what's going on down there. Well, that's a pretty bad flop. I think we still have to c-bet because we have some back doors and 2 overs. But I expect to get raised a lot on this flop, so yeah. I think it's still better to bet. Not a big fan of barreling paired boards. So I think we just check fold this turn, unfortunately. Although there are some hands that we're beating. Some random 8s. 9x type hands. Doesn't he bet a 10 on that turn or a 6? So we're beat here. What are we beat by? Quads? I guess he could check back a 6 and then bet the river. I mean, isn't this like got to be a 10 or nothing here? And doesn't he raise 10s a lot? Unfortunately, he could have like ace high too. I think we have to pay this off. He does have a 10. Okay, that's interesting. I wouldn't expect him to have a 10 there. Good for him. It's kind of strange that he had a 10 that he didn't raise at any point. And then pot the river to try and, I mean, it's kind of a weird line, but you got me. I think we call to rep an ace here. I mean, I don't think this guy's gonna, most people aren't gonna have the mentality to realize I shouldn't have many aces there in my range. Wow, 3, 2, or the limp. I shove and I get 2 calls. Well, we're ahead still. Deuce, please. Not that card. Not that card. Wow, how did the money go in on the flop when we're still ahead there? Wow, that was a chance for a triple up with like huge amount of equity. Did that really just happen? That was an interesting hand to say the least. Wow, we had ace queen versus queen jack and ace 10. Get it in on a 9 high flop and somehow lose. Wow. That was a effing weird turn card. I mean, the river beats us anyway because the other guy had a jack, but I mean, shit, what was our equity there? 3-way. How did the money go? I just don't get that. These guys are crazy. Really bad, that's for sure. Man, that kind of sums up our month, though. I mean, we're supposed to just take down a triple up there. It's supposed to be like a $70 pot for us. It somehow goes the other way. Okay, so we 10. I'm gonna run the equity on. I'm just curious. I'm guessing we had like 65 or no, maybe not that high. Maybe 58% equity. I mean, we did have a double. We had them double dominated, right? They shared each of our cards. We had both players dominated. Hey Marlboro, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good here. Pretty good. Good to see ya. Let's see here. Alright, pre-flop I had 50% equity. That makes sense. On a flop. Yeah, I had 68% equity on the flop. Wow. That's it's pretty amazing. Be nice to hold there, wouldn't it? But I mean, what did we have? $22 to start the hand. Big deal, right? So we lose 22. Be nice to have that $70 or whatever in our bankroll, though, wouldn't it? I guess we just have to stack here with that board, especially with the backdoor flush draw. I mean, if it was a flush draw and we didn't have a club, it would be different. I think it makes it a little bit of a sweetener for us to have a club, just in case. It's an extra out for us. This guy's pretty passive so far, but I think he might bet this board frequently, so I think we gotta go for the check shove. And if he checks back, we could just bet the turn, right? We have multiple ways to win this hand. Man, that computer is crazy. Crazy noisy right now. So we do hold with queens, that's good. Oh wow, he has two pair on his hold. Oh, what? Guys, this is crazy. How does this keep happening to us? I say this every session, you guys hear it every session, is, man, what's with the teaser turn, right? How do these cards come? Crazy stuff. It's like we're on the verge of running good. I mean, let's see him suck out on this hand though, right? Let's see it happen. If I lose this one, it might be time to take the rest of the month off. Is this the two crazy guys too? I think it is. Yeah, that's the two crazy guys. Yeah, hopefully he's got like ace. A straight would be nice. Something. I guess we can't raise here, right? Gotta give him a chance to bet again. Folded that one. I think we just should now. We bet again here. Spade draw. Could have some random ace highs and small pairs and things like that. He doesn't have to have a queen or a six here, right? I expect after that last hand that he's going to pay us off really wide here. So, get at least our buy-in back, right? I'm going to stay on this table. I'm not going to leave. Are these two crazy? Well, maybe this isn't the same guy. Actually, I know this is the same guy. Let's see what he paid us off with here. He just had a queen. He had queen king. So yeah, if he's gonna call that much money with just queen high or whatever he had, ace high, he'll certainly call a top pair, right? Whoops. Did not want to buy there. Alright, so find another table here. Welcome to those just joining the stream. Good to see you guys. Yeah, I don't know what, I'm gonna have to open up this case, make sure there's no kind of obstruction or something on one of the fans. So that's what it sounds like. Maybe it just needs a good cleaning. Maybe Probably gonna end up with 3 or 4 way action here. This guy 3-bets 30%. I'll certainly be glad if he 3-bets this one. Because I will be ISOing this guy wide, so if he's gonna 3-bet wide, he should be 3-betting this hand pretty wide. I don't think we'll go down this road here. Huh, only heads up, huh? That's a pretty draw heavy board. I think if he's gonna call $3, he's gonna call 26. Let's just put all of it in right here. There's gonna be a ton of hands in his range that will continue here, so let's just get it in. It's gonna look really fishy when we do this, like we got some kind of draw. So I imagine he'll call lighter, like with a 10, pocket nines, a jack, or something like that. I think we just any hand that's gonna call. Yeah, so I think we'll mitigate our losses here by checking this back and just going for 2 straights. It's gonna be hard to get more than. I mean, I guess we could get in versus like jack 9 or queen jack or something like that, but it's more likely he's gonna have like a draw or something. And he's either got an 8 or nothing now. And we take it down, so we get max value there, I think. I mean, I guess if we get it on the flop, we get more value, but he may not be in the mode to just stack there. So yeah, whatever. Let's open up 2 new tables here. So you can table select now. Kind of in a backdoor way. I've just found out today. If you sit at a table and you don't play and you let yourself time out, like you get it sits you up because you've sat out for too long, you can choose whatever seat you want. And I guess if you want to be really patient and not have much volume but have really good reads, you could I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's worth it. But there is a way to do it. It's just not worth it. So, I mean, unless it was a fluke this one time that worked for me. Maybe it was a bug. But I'll try it here in a minute just to show you guys. Not that I want that information to really get out, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Nobody's going to do that. I mean, you got to sit there and wait 5 minutes, and then you get to choose a seat that might not even be open at that point. I don't think it's worth it. I guess if you're playing 2,000 an L or 1,000 an L, it might be worth it to play a low amount of volume but have really good reads. But yeah, I don't think it's worth it. And I guess if you got caught doing it, it could get you in trouble too. Still interesting though. Take our usual check back line here on the ace-6. And inevitably it'll be an 8 on the river, right? That seems to be what comes. The card that can put us to a tough decision or chop for us. 4, that's not bad. I guess we can get value from kings, right? I think he's going to bet an ace on the turn. So we have to try and bet $5 to get king, jack, or whatever to call. King X. And if he shoves, he's got 6-7, and we could just fold. This doesn't look like a great table. We'll see. Man, I got a mini airboat here. This computer. I'm gonna bet pretty big here. Make him fold his small pairs. Not a good turn card. Yeah, it sucks. I think that C-Beck's gonna work like 80% of the time there. off this table. I don't want that table. Stop giving me that table. There we go. That's a different one. I guess we can fold here. Guess he really wanted that pot. Got the queens again. Three bet. Come on. Or just get that flop. You can have ace 5 here. We got what we wanted. We induced a raise. Now, hopefully he follows through. Snap call like we've got like pocket 4s here or something. Or ace high. Ace 4, hopefully he has. Oh, I don't think he has much here. I think he's mostly got bluffs. So let's bet like $3. Yeah, he's just on a complete airball bluff there. So we got max value there, I think, out of his air hand. Same damn table they keep putting me on. I don't want this table. Yeah, they might have. I mean, unless they're both. Oh shit! I gotta stop flapping my gums because I missed that table. Let's see. Gotta take seat. There's a trick to this. You take seat, then you leave the table, and it won't give you that table because it thinks you're on it. That's one way around getting on the same table over and over again. How they queue these tables, I have no idea. Why do they favor one table over another? I have no clue. Because you do seem to get on a bad random, or if it's random at all, where you'll get the same table over and over again. Yeah, I mean, he's not folding a jack now, so we might as well just check fold. I mean, the only thing we're beating here is like king 10. Right? Although I think he bets a queen on the flop. I guess he could bet a jack now, but he's either a jack. I mean, he's been pretty passive so far, so I'm just going to give him credit. I mean, I'm not going to talk myself into hero call there. It just looks like he's doing that for value. Although he is the guy that floated us when we had the ace-jack, right? I mean, I guess that doesn't really mean anything at this point. Or it means very little anyway. So do I stay here three-handed, maybe? I don't know. We'll play another couple revolutions, see what develops. So we'll ISO this guy. Although he is 25-0. So I think he's going to have a lot of small pairs in his range. He's going to not hate that flop so much. So I think, and I'll have some pseudo connectors. This flop is really good for him is what I'm saying. So we're going to check back. Once again, that turn's pretty good for him. So I mean, sometimes our king high will be good, but yeah, not likely. I think he's just got us with like pocket sixes here or something most of the time. It's a much better board for him, I think. It's going to be hard to get value from worse here. Maybe we can get one street on the river from something. Maybe we'll leave this table. We'll leave this one for sure. Yeah, we'll leave these two three-handed tables, and hopefully it doesn't try to stick us right back on them. So we'll try that. $10, it puts us back on the same two tables. One? I'm 1 for 1. Let's see if I can be 2 for 2 here. You bastards! See what I mean? So I'm going to pull up a new table, wait till it gets to about 97, then I'll leave this one. And hopefully it's not the same table again. That's pretty annoying. Well, it's four-handed. Okay, we'll stay on this one. It's pretty annoying though. This is Flotosaurus Rex here. Oh, okay. No float this time. Get out of my way! Get out of there! Did I make it in time? I think so. Oh, man. Oh. Get out of my life. I swear, man. I mean, it's one thing if one of these guys is a fish, but they're just not. Pretty sure they're not. Hey, hunker down. I don't know, really. I've ran really bad a couple sessions I played earlier today, and I was pretty sure I'm down for the day, but I really have no idea, honestly. Yeah, I don't think anybody likes it. The new setup. Marlboro. Marlboro asks, so are you adjusting well to the new setup? I mean, as well as I think I could be. I mean, I talked about this last stream, where I think the key is just move around tables a lot, find good tables. And kind of just try to have more volume to make up for the lower win rate, which I'm sure perhaps we might have because of the changes. I don't know. I'm hoping that it has the effect that they want it to have and the fish like the new setup and play more. If that's the case, then I'll end up liking the changes if we could get a bigger population of fish overall. But I'm not holding my breath on that one. So we'll just have to see. That was weird. You know what? This table over here just opened up while I was still seated on this table here. So I actually had 5 tables up there briefly. That would be a really weird bug if that was actually the case and possible. But I could have swore I just had 5 tables up at once with me sitting on all 5. See, now it's not working. So it didn't do it the second time. Maybe it was my imagination. Maybe I'd already left or just left right at the same time. That would definitely be a bug I would not want to try and exploit because I think you're insta-banned if you get caught doing that. Wow, every table seems to be short-handed, and I may just have to deal with it and play it. Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 short-handed tables right now. Well, suffering succotash. I might as well go ahead and just let it time me out here on this table, and I'll show you unless it was just a one-time thing, show you how that works. Just because it's interesting, no other reason. So we have an 8. Yeah. Where's my HUD at? Didn't stick. There we go. It's like we're spending all of our... Okay, here we go. So I had to stand up because I missed 3 consecutive big blinds. So I'm still on the table, see? It's not auto-closing it. Now I can pick any seat I want, right? I could sit here. There you go. Pretty cool, huh? So, I mean, the only way I could see to use that to your advantage would be sit at a table that's like three-handed, four-handed. Three-handed, four-handed probably be the only way it'd be effective. And yeah, I don't think this guy's 3-betting light enough for me to put it in here. He could be doing that a little bit light because I'm short, but I just think from experience that my king queen's probably beat there, and I'm not like short enough that I have to put it in. So if I was playing 3 or 4-handed and I saw like there was this huge whale right here and there was an open seat here, I could let assuming nobody takes the seat in the meantime, but if it forced me to sit up because I missed too many, I could then sit right there with him directly to my right. But I mean, even having that information doesn't really help, because I don't think you could exploit it often enough to really have it offset the amount of times you're just having to sit around and wait. So most of the time you're just not playing. And it's hard to make money when you're playing. I mean, I think finding a primo seat doesn't offset the lack of volume. I guess we just shove now, because we would be doing that anyway. Cool. Oh, not cool. Not cool, dude. Man, why? I got the 3 outer, but it's no good because he hit a set. That is the thing that's been killing me, everybody. I've been, like in flips, I've been hitting my pair with the 2 overs, but they've also been hitting their set every time. Not every time. I mean, often. More often than you would expect, let's put it that way. And then the times I don't connect with the board with my overs, they don't hit a set. Does that make sense? The times where it would have mattered that I hit my card, yeah, I get trumped by that. Well, that word has a whole new meaning now, doesn't it? Trumped. It kind of means the same thing, I guess. Except more in a derogatory sense, I guess. Yeah, this round robin, I keep playing with tables. I'm just going to quit doing it. I'm just going to sit out on these tables. I'm on a 2 table. We're going to wait about 5 minutes, then we'll try to get on a table again. It's pretty frustrating. Yeah, S and Gs would certainly be easier than this, dealing with this crap, but I think the money's still in this, so I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to go ahead and stick to my guns, play this month out. We're just doing this as an experiment. Play as much volume as we can here at 100 an L. Maybe I could try getting on a 9-handed table. I've tried that a couple times and it's just been me sitting by myself both times. The couple times I've done it. So let's try that. Let's do a 9-handed. I think the problem might be you have a bunch of players that want to play nothing but heads up, but they don't want to play on heads up tables. They're trying to play against fish heads up. They're bum hunting. So maybe they're opening a whole bunch of tables to make sure they get on a heads up table, and then they're just sitting there waiting. That could be part of the problem. So we could have like an inordinate amount of people just sitting around by themselves, and that makes it very hard to get on a full table. Just a theory. There could be like zero credibility to that theory, so let's see what happens. So I try to get this 9-handed table. Oh, I got it. Okay, we'll play this 9-handed for a while. That's the first 9-handed table I've seen. Of course, this is only the third or fourth time I've tried. I kind of had a feeling that maybe full ring tables would just go away. But maybe since there's a selection now, and Peak and Fish are used to playing more on 9-handed tables at casinos, maybe they're picking those more. So maybe it'd be worthwhile to try playing nothing but full ring for a couple sessions just to see how good the games are. Got to go where the fish are, right? This table looks promising. We got $16, $67, $46, a bunch of lists and full stacks. Let's try another one. Okay, let's go 9-handed. Okay, we got another one. Worst part is it takes so long to actually get in the game. You gotta wait a minimum of like most of the time 3, 4, 5, 6 hands. I guess that's okay. This is a pretty draw heavy board, and we have a couple of aggressive players behind, so I think we could check raise. We certainly have the SPR just to get it in here. Yeah, pipped. When I think of out pipped, I think of like I have 9s, he has 10s, all in pre-flop, or I have ace king and we both hit an ace, and he has ace king and I have ace queen. But a set over a top pair is not really out pipped. That's just crushed. I think that out pipped term comes from doesn't that come from backgammon? Isn't there something to do with pips in that game? See, that was an out pip right there. Ace queen versus ace jack. I don't know if this guy opens wide enough for me to come defend here. Oh wow, this is out pipped, guys. That is exactly the definition of out pipped right there. Wow, we actually got there this time. That makes up for that other hand, right? But that's like really running bad right there when that shit happens, because I open, I hit top pair, and the really aggressive player on the button who's going to be stabbing a lot just happens to have us outpipped. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. I know. I prefer. Oh, we got another table here, full ring. Yeah, let's try some full ring today. Why not? Can't hurt. Maybe we'll stumble into something really good here. So yeah, Marlboro. I prefer. I actually prefer MTTs than the SNGs. Most of you guys know that. If if I had the time to put into the MTTs, I would be playing those for sure. Um, SNGs, if they were fishy enough and they ran often enough, but it seems hard to get the right enough volume to make the ROI worth it. Like if I could play like 110 a day pretty comfortably and you know keep 6 tables going almost always and have the games be fishy enough running at the highest level. If the games were fishy enough at the $50 buy-in level, it would be worthwhile, I think. And yeah, but you know they're high variance. Yeah, I got your email, and I opened it. I just haven't had a chance to go through it yet. Um, I will. And actually, I've got 3 or 4 emails from people that are asking me a whole bunch of questions, and so it's going to take me a while to get through them all. So I don't have much time to sit down and do emails during the day, especially on weekends. But I promise I will. Get to it for you. Yeah, I mean the simplest thing to remember about full ring is full ring and six max are the same thing. Once the first 3 seats fold, it just plays exactly the same. I mean, it's just poker. It's all the same. You just have to decide on your early position ranges. The only thing you have to really keep in mind is that overall people have tighter stack off ranges in full ring, so you need to be a little bit more selective in hands you get it in with. But we pretty much do that already, so not something really you have to really focus on. But I mean, if it's one of those fence things, if you happen to be on the fence on a hand and you would go one way in six max, you might go the other way in full ring. Yeah, here we go. It's not a bad idea, starting full ring tables. That might be off the radar of the regs. You might mostly have fish sitting with you when you do that. And you get to play short-handed for a while before it fills. Something to maybe explore at some point. Another three-handed. I mean, what is it with all the three-handed? Three-handed again. This is uncanny. It's these same 2 tables that it seems like that's the only 2 tables they will let me on. Very frustrating. So I'm going to min raise this. Probably going to get called no matter what I raise, but we'll create like a good multi-way opportunity here with 8-7 suited. I think it's plus EV to do this. Maybe.
Wow! I feel good.
Thank you very much for the follow. I do appreciate that. Table number 2. Yeah. It's like we spent half this session just trying to get on tables, so sorry about that. It's kind of the way it is on this site now. We'll stay here for a minute, see if anybody sits with us. Maybe we have a guy with 5923 will sit with us. Have we even played a hand of full ring? Maybe one? Jeopardy theme, anybody? Maybe we will go back and try one more time. I mean, we might just have to play three-handed. I prefer not to do it versus 2 regs, but it's probably, I don't know, do we have an edge with rake? I mean, if it's break even in that spot, isn't it better just to focus on the 3 tables you do have? Maybe we'll just sit out and see if it fills at some point. Could happen. And I cannot whistle, so apologize for that. Yeah, full ring is like watching paint dry, right? I'm not even sure these games are that good. Alright, we'll play just a little bit. See what happens here. As expected, it's like a reg size bet. Boring. As expected, a reg size 3 bet. And a call. Yeah, this game doesn't even look worth staying on. This one doesn't look worth staying on. And neither does this one. So, well, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. This could be like really weak regs, though. They're still hard to extract from. We have no idea whether the volume's down or not. I'm assuming it would be. I saw an article on that. Where did that article go? I meant to read it and then I didn't, and then I think I deleted or closed the tab. Try and find that again. I think I know the email I saw it in. Here it is. I bet it's here. Maybe not. First you don't succeed. View this. Okay, we'll get off of that table. Yeah, I don't know where that went. What the hell did I see that earlier? Maybe it was a Google thing. Maybe it would be on Poker Scout. I haven't seen if they've weighed in on it yet. Short stack sat here, so I guess we'll stay on this table. That computer is, man, that's loud now. Have to figure out what's going on there. Strange. Well, Poker Scout has the traffic data on here, but how could they possibly know? I mean, it's like impossible to know, right? Especially now. Go ahead and get off of that. Let's see if we can get some tables up here. Whoa, I'm raising a hand. First time in 10 hands. Not the flop we were looking for, is it? But we win. We won a hand. We're up a monstrous 23 cents on that table too. Yeah, not seeing that article. Damn it, I wish I'd pulled it up back then when I was thinking about it. Maybe it's this one, it's an old one. Traffic dip. Yeah, not liking this table so far. Could we go for winning 3 C-bets in a row? So we're not flopping anything, that's for sure. And we do have 2 overs here in the backdoor flush draw. Oh, we're 2 for 3. Oh well. Hopefully that's a good river. So we'll go for a little value here. Guy's so slow. Alright, so we'll just play a few more revolutions here. Well, maybe play this one around one more time. And then call it. I think I found that article, but it turns out it's really dated. It was from early last month, not this month. It was before the changes, so. So what do we do if cash games don't go well? What if they just aren't fishy enough anymore? If we can't beat them for the win rate we need to, what do we do? I think the really the most obvious alternative for us is to start maybe just playing 3 nights a week and do tournaments those nights. We're going to be disciplined here. This guy's 25-17. This is his first of 3-bet. I think this is a slight loser to put it in here. Hey, Max Stacks. Yeah, I think it is. If you just buy in short, but obviously you can't just double up and then leave. In a live setting, that would be frowned upon. So I think you would just maybe buy in short and just play it out, you know? Just keep playing it. Once you double up or get money, you don't leave, you just keep playing. And just have like a X amount of time you would play after you double up. Like, let's say you double up, well then just knit it up and play another 30 minutes to an hour. And then leave the table, go get a drink, come back, re-get on the list again. I think it's viable. But you don't want to double up and then just sit out next big blind and leave, right? You might have people confronting you in the parking lot doing something like that. And the poker room might frown upon the rat holing thing anyway. Yeah, so it's better to err on the side of caution there. But yeah, I mean, especially if you don't want to have such a deep bankroll to play live. Now, it just depends on what the minimum buy-in is. I think most poker rooms are, they can range anywhere from 10 big blinds to 50 big blinds being the minimum. So if the minimum is whatever it is, I would go for no less than 30 probably. So that gives you still a little bit of room. It's not a complete shove fest. But I think short stacking is a huge exploit you can use against really weak players who will put it in really wide. I mean, you'll see guys I mean, calling 3 bets and 4 bets pre-flop was just crap. So if they're going to do that versus full stacks, surely they're going to do that and just pay off a short stack, right? So we get really the one turn card we don't want to see here. We were going for a check shove versus this guy. I think we're just going to have to be disciplined here again. It sucks, but I just think that it's way too likely one of these 3 players has an ace. So really we're just drawing to try and hit a king or a 10. It's not worth it. Our pre-flop plan, our flop plan didn't work out. Our contingency was that the turn is anything but an ace, and we can continue there, right? So I'd be interested to try a short stack live strategy, and we put in a few months doing that, and just see what my win rate was, and maybe write an article, a short book on it or something. Yeah. That'd be fun, but unfortunately, the nearest casino I have is on the other side of Asheville, and it's like 3 hours away. So it's just not worth it for me to commute over there. And it's not like I can just go stay a weekend over there. I have a family and all that good stuff. So, unless one of these reservations near me puts a casino in the near future, it's just not going to happen. It's a little bit light, but we do have this 57-14 here and this 43-14 here. So if we can get multi-way here or heads up with this guy, it's a good spot for us. Yeah, so that's a pretty good flop for us. We're just going to bet like we have the best hand here, which we probably do most of the time. I mean, sure, there's like 6s, 7s, 8s in people's ranges here. Wow. I think we check shove this flop, this turn. Yeah, I think we have to. I think we just try to check it down. Now, I don't think he's going to fold anything. Yeah, that's... I mean, he had a really strong hand on the flop, so, I mean, we can't blame him for that run out. I think on that turn we have to bet again. We could have the best hand. 1. And then, again, we could hit this river as well. So do we shove? And are we going to get called by an ace if we shove? He could also have a hand like queen high spade draw. So we got to try. I think 775 would probably be about the right hand here. Unfortunately, he snap called, so I wish we had shoved. Wow, that's not good. Holy cow, right? All at the same time. It's a good thing that hand got done before this happened. But we do have cards here. Wow. Is it going to let me back on? What the hell happened? It's like they reset my tables or something. Well, let me sit down. That's really weird. Let's see what I mean about being able to sit back in your seat. I was about to say we could have the best hand here, and we do. So we'll play one more revolution here. That was really weird. I haven't seen that happen exactly that way yet. That's a new one for me. So we'll sit out next big blind here, 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 and here. What happened? Yeah, we do want to post that. Don't want to call that. Don't want to call that. Don't want to call that. And we do want to probably... This guy's 25-0. I guess we can shove this. We're 23 big blinds. There's a chance this guy's trapping, but I think we just got the best play is overall, over the long term, is just to do that. I think we check fold here. I think if it was a non-club king, it might be a good spot just to barrel off there. But I think a fair amount of portion of his range is sometimes going to be some flush draws, so I think it kind of... I mean, although the club could be a good card to barrel as well. I think it's fine to one and done there, though. We're not going to stab with 3 players in the pot. So yeah, we'll play out these last few hands here and call it a day. We'll min raise here instead of limping. I think this guy might be apt to 4 exit if we limp. So let's do the min raise, play in position versus this guy. Should be a profitable c-bet spot, even on a board like, well, especially on a king high type board, even though it is fairly connected. I think we can check this back versus a reg. He wouldn't expect us to connect very well to that board. And we'll just hope for a good run out. It's a good card because I think he'd stab a lot at that card, but unfortunately not. We'll do the same thing here with the 7s. It would be sweet to hit a set here because he's going to be pretty frustrated by that probably. So we're done on that table. Wow, these games suddenly look better. I think it's better to bet this flop and shut down if we get called. Or raised. I could make an argument for betting, and I think protection is probably the reason to bet here. Yeah, I think we'll just give up here. We could check down and be good here, honestly. He could have like queen 10 with a queen of spades or something. Although he'll probably bluff that hand a lot and we just can't call. So yeah, spot favors him a little bit on that run out. So looks like we're done. So, okay. Oh, I forgot to wear my sombrero today. Sorry about that. I actually don't have a sombrero. But happy Cinco de Mayo. Make sure you go drink some margaritas, Dos Equis, Corona, eat some tacos. I think we're having tacos tonight. So, happy Cinco, happy. Why do I keep saying happy? Is that this? That's not even the Spanish word for happy. Happy Cinco de Mayo. It's like a tongue twister. Say that over and over again, real fast, and see what happens. So, yeah, I appreciate everybody joining today. Look forward to doing this again tomorrow. And let me know what you think about the tournament idea. I mean, we're going to play this month out at 100 and L. If I just am not beating the games for what I think I should be, and it's not just due to variance, I might consider pulling a month of tournaments where I play like 3 to 4 nights a week and stream, the sessions. Now, it would be nighttime, obviously, but it might be fun to try. Of course, not a big fan of staying up to 3 or 4 or 5 in the morning if we run deep, but I mean, if you win a significant amount of money, it makes it worth it, right? So, okay. Well, thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Have a good day.